Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light, only with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings. Okay, please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Okay, welcome to the new subscribers. Okay, welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thanks so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back. Cardi B outside was just on, and she said, I'm trying to find niggas. Let me remind niggas, okay? So I feel like you outside right now, okay? Like you outside reminding folks that you're pressure, that you're sexy, you're available. You could be like even putting out this unavailable vibe or being like happily single. Love sucks, fuck that shit and all that. But you get married, okay? You get married. You ain't finna be outside for long, okay? So and also she said, I heard the Patriots got them niggas let me in the locker room, okay? So you could be attracting someone who really likes sports, or you could be actually attracting someone who plays sports. I heard like a high level player or something like that. Anyways, this is a Kali reading, okay? Those are just side notes, okay? This is a Kali reading, and the note is a turtle with a rocket on the shell. Okay, I seen a turtle on this side of a truck for some business, and the turtle had a little rocket pack, and it was like shooting off. Okay, so things could have been feeling like they were going very slow for you. I think you had a lot of feelings and things that you had to work through, a lot of things that Kali had to come in your life and destroy and break up for you, and now you're free. Okay, and you could be having a lot of fun. Like I said, you could be outside, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like only related to your love life. You could just be, outside having a lot of fun. You're playing with life, you're dancing with life. Okay, this just says dance like everyone else, can go fuck themselves. Okay, that's what you want. And look, manifesting the fuck out of your dreams. Okay, that's what you got going on, and it's really beautiful. Okay. Excuse me. And I had an asthma attack not too long ago. Okay, you can have asthma, or you could be kind of sick. I'm not sick, but my asthma is making my body extra sick. And so that shit is getting on my nerves. So if I'm coughing or if I'm sniffling or whatever, that's what it is. Okay, every time I hit my inhaler, I'll just be but it's crazy because this stupid asthma attack started like 3 weeks ago, but I wasn't using the right inhaler. I was using my son's inhaler. Okay, so that can be significant too. You could need to go to the doctor, get a checkup. Maybe you need a new inhaler. Okay, or maybe you need like some sort of medicine or something to be refreshed in your home. Okay, so that you can make sure that you stay on top of your health. Okay, that's what Kali's saying. What else, my love? How does their energy look to you? Okay, we got keep your heart open. Okay, so if you are like, forget love, you need to keep your heart open because, like I said, you getting married. Okay, this is for sure. Okay, New York could be significant. Okay, also we got be humble with this Leo energy. I feel like you could be like the star of the show. I don't feel like you need to be humbled, but I feel like there could be people around you in your energy who would like to humble you. The song "Could You Be Loved? Could You Be Loved?" Don't let them fool ya. Oh Lord. Okay, so this is Libra energy and Leo energy, like I said already. So, like, you're just so balanced, and I feel like maybe you feel like your life is perfect just the way it is. But the song says, don't let them fool you or even try to school you. We got a mind of our own, okay? So, don't let people come around and try to fool you, try to play with you, or try to like change your mind about certain things. There's a reason why you got a mind of your own. You could be, I heard, stubborn, okay? You could be very stubborn, and I feel like it's divinely guided stubbornness at this time. I feel like you've released a lot of your big blocks, and you don't need as much as at much you don't need as much advice or as much guidance from other people around you as you may be thinking you need at this time, okay? Because you got that rocket on your back. You're already going the right way, and you're making advancement very quickly, okay? So I heard trust in that. I also heard you could bet that, never gotta sweat that, okay? Like, baby, don't worry about a thing, okay? You're going forward very quickly, and anyone against you will pay karma, okay? Because Kali's not playing with nobody when it comes to you, and when it comes to your future, or when it comes to what you're meant to have, or what you've been working so hard on creating, okay? Oklahoma could be significant, you know? What else, my love? What's going on the outside of them? We got, some are incapable of growth and forgiveness this lifetime, you know. So you've got some people holding grudges against you, and that's why I said some people feel like, you know, you need to be humbled, or, you know, you think you too good, you think you too fly. I'm hearing that song again. Oh my mama, oh my hood, I look fly, I look good. Okay, somebody got a problem with your confidence, okay? They really, really do. We got Louisiana, you know, it's like somebody refuses to forgive you because you sexy, or they refuse to forgive you because you have an open heart and you're like open to dealing with people in the best way possible. Like, they're just mad for no reason, okay? I heard, oh, who them? Oh, they always mad. We got California, okay? What else? What's going on the outside of them? We got sad and depressed energy, okay? So big sad and depressed bitches around here being mad, okay? They incapable of forgiving you or getting over you, and they just want to stew in their sad and angry and depressed energies, okay? We got Colorado. So we got iceberg, okay? It's bigger and deeper than it looks, you know. Like the hate, Archangel Metatron's reading said that the hate and jealousy is real, you know. And it's like it's so much bigger and deeper than it looks, you know. Like people could be being very nice to you, acting like they're very accepting of you, but really they're just big time haters. Like they super jealous, super upset, you know. Like they have a really pessimistic outlook on life and on you, okay. And they feel like you need to, bitch, be humble. Sit down. Bitch, be humble. And this is not gonna happen, okay? Like I said, you're in a place where you're shining, very outgoing, enjoying life, feeling so happy, feeling so free, you know. And getting ready to be all open to love and have somebody fresh and new come into your life, okay? We got not talking, okay? It says you aren't communicating. Your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel, but I don't feel like you need to discuss how you feel. I feel like these people really want you to discuss how you feel. The song says, I will never understand you. When will I stop trying? I mean, cause it's just not how I plan to spend my time till dying. You know, it's like people really want you to just tell me how you feel. Just tell me what you think. Just tell me how you really think about me, or how you really see me. You know, like somebody feels like you're so focused on them and you have all these opinions or all this shit that you need to say to them, or all this shit you need to get off your chest about them. And I think you don't even fucking think about them or talk about them or entertain them in any way. You just don't care, okay? Yeah, we got excuses, you know. I don't know. It's weird. Why we got excuses? So many reasons why it never works out. That pessimistic energy. We got not committed, you know. It's like these people or this person is not committed to shit, you know. They don't care about shit. They don't have no faith or no belief in anything, and that includes themselves, you know. And they want to like be tied to you, to be courted to you in some sort of way, so that they can, like, I don't know, present in your energy. Why they want to be courted to them? Being needy, okay? They want your energy, like I said, they needy asses. It says, make friends and spend time by yourself to take the pressure off your relationship. So, I mean, maybe now would be a good, and this is what you're doing. Like I said, you're outside, okay? You're having fun, you're playing, and you're not having time for anybody who's too needy or anybody who needs you to be extra super committed to making them feel better every day. You know, somebody could feel like ashamed of their body, you know. This could be someone who, like, when you hang out with them or when you talk to them or when you're around them, you're always like, no, what are you talking about? You are funny, you are cool, you're great, I love you. You know, somebody you always gotta like they want you to fucking spend all your time gassing them up or making them feel better, and they're not accomplishing any growth or even like having any forgiveness or any grace or any love for you for real. What's talking and excuses? We got procrastinate. So these are a person or people, who just procrastinate all day long. They don't do shit. They just want to lay down. Or when they get the opportunity to do something or the chance to change something, there's always a million excuses why they can't do this or why they can't do that or why they can't accomplish this or why they can't accomplish that. So they just stay in the same fucking spot and be mad at you and feel like you need to humble yourself and you need to be less because they chose to be less today. Fuck that, okay? Yeah, look, burned out, okay? These people is burnt the fuck out, period. They feel emotionally burned out right now, and they're doing a lot of retreating, and they feel like it's up to you to come in and to recover their energy, or make them feel better. A photo ID could be significant. You could need an ID, okay? Or somebody else could need an ID, okay? Look, choosing to stay stuck. These bitches staying stuck because they want to. They're staying stuck because they have a hard time committing to anything because they don't have loyalty and commitment to themselves. What's being needy and body shame? Okay, the song says shit gets weird when you talk about it. Okay, they don't like when you put their asses on blast either. Like I said, they want you to just gas them up all day long. They don't want you to tell them the things that's wrong with them, or make suggestions on how they can make their life better. This might even be the type of people where when you come with these nice suggestions, or you try to help them, or you try to help them improve, or you try to help them move around, or you try to help them get more money to get them out of that victim needy mentality, then they get mad at you because how dare you encourage them to do or be better. Like, fuck is wrong with you? What's being needy and body shame? Too passive, okay? Like, they miss when you were too passive, or when you would just, support them through all of the bullshit. And I feel like you're just not there anymore. You're not willing to repeat any old patterns or old cycles with anyone. You're ready for only new energies. And this is really upsetting some people on the outside of you because you don't feel like getting hurt trying to fix them, okay? Because you don't feel like making them feel better about all this past trauma that's old as fuck that they haven't taken the time to look at all, okay? They upset because they expected you to be willing to lose yourself in them, and now they feeling fated to be alone because because they ain't your damn type. I don't know what's wrong with folks. Okay, the song said, truthfully, I don't understand that shit. Like, you don't even understand why these people operate the way that they do, and you just refuse to entertain it. You keep an open heart, you keep an open mind. You are very nice, very cordial, but you're not gonna sit around and babysit nobody's feelings no more. That's just not who you are. What's not talking, procrastinating, excuses? We got the Nine of Swords, and it's causing a lot of anxiety for bitches, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be significant. What's excuses and not committed and burnt out? We got the Six of Stakes, okay? Or the Six of Wands. I feel like people are kind of recognizing whoever these energies on the outside of you for this, like they're recognizing that they're choosing, like they want to look a certain way to other people in order to elicit pity, okay? What's not committed, staying stuck and being needy? The Six of Pentacles, okay? They want to sit around and be needy and have people fucking give to them. But it's like they're not receiving anything, This scale is tipped in your favor, This person is not going to receive anything until get their ass up off their shoulders, okay? Until they get their ass up off their shoulders and make something happen for themselves, Like somebody needs a practical plan. They need movement. They need to think about themselves in a much more positive way rather than having you come around and always boost them up and always make them feel better about who they are or where they are in life. It's not your job to fix that sad and depressed energy. There's only so much you can do. What's the Nine of Swords and the Six of Wands? We got the Two of Scythes, okay? That's what I'm saying. It's up to this person to remove their own blindfold and clear out their own confusion through their healing, if they want to have this same clarity that you have. Or maybe that's what it is. Like, like somebody could be dependent on you. Maybe somebody's like dependent on your spiritual gifts, you know. They don't allow what you teach them spiritually to help them grow. They use you as like they're dependent on you for your spiritual advice, okay? So if you do like readings or anything like that, you know, I would definitely suggest asking spirit, do I need to read this person right now? Because I do readings. I do personal readings, by the way, y'all. You know, you can just go to my description, okay? And they're free, okay? They're donation only. But if you ain't got no money or you don't feel like donating, it's fine. I'll still read you, okay? They're literally free. So, but I'm saying like somebody could come get readings from you, but they don't learn from you, okay? They're not absorbing what you're saying. They're not learning the lessons of what you're trying to give them, okay? They're just dependent on you and choosing to stay in sad and depressed energy because, like, vampire is what I heard, okay? Somebody's an energy vampire, okay? And like they thrive off of people giving them advice or giving them money or giving them attention or something. What's the six of stakes and the six of pentacles? We got the eight of pentacles, okay? But they refuse to put the work in on themselves. They refuse to train themselves to fight their own battles, okay? So this could be somebody who like buys a lot of work, you know, from other people, you know. They have like other people do love spells and different things like that for them in order to make their life easier, okay? I heard magic crackhead. I also heard that came from a show from the magicians, okay? Because Julia, she tried to get into the magic school with the rest of the magical cast, but she wasn't powerful enough or she didn't know herself enough, so it didn't work. Her magic didn't work, and she became like this magic crackhead, you know. She started looking for like people outside of Breakbills, which is the magic school, you know. It's illegal to do school, to do magic in like the 3D realm in that show, you know, without like proper permission and things like that, you know. So she started going around to like these underground places and looking for spells and hunting down different things that could make her life feel better, or that could make her feel better about knowing that magic exists, but that she wasn't good enough to get in to learn how to do it, you know. And this is kind of that energy, you know, like somebody feels like they're not good enough to operate out of the kind of magic that you operate out of, and that's not true. They absolutely could be in that energy, but they're literally choosing not to. What's the six of pentacles and the queen of sights? We got the knight of stakes, okay? So they're making passionate movement, but it's not the kind of passionate movement that they need to make. Like they need to make some sort of passionate movement within themselves. Look at this shit in the background. It says school sucks, okay? So they don't want to learn how to do things the right way, you know. They don't want to be a slayer for the divine, but they want to hold that divine power. They just want to have the benefits of the divine. And spirit like, you ain't finna use me. That's what I heard. You ain't finna use me. And they don't want you to allow them to use spirit through you either, you know. Yeah, we got the six of cups and the four of swords, okay? So it's like that shit is a thing of the past. If this person want to be resurrected or want to be brought back to life or want to be boosted up or want to feel good about themselves, then they need to work hard at their own happiness and follow their own bliss to that energy that they hold within themselves naturally. Yeah, they need to do some work to do some soul retrieval, okay? Just like you had to. This shit wasn't easy for you. Nobody wasn't holding your hand through this. You had to work very hard to get to this level of power that you're in. So please make sure that you're not giving it away to people who are just dependent on you and, you know, needing you to tell them, you know, if they should wipe their ass, you know, up or down or left, you know. Like the fuck. They need to figure out how to make their own decisions, is what Colin is saying, okay? What's the nine of swords, the two of swords, and the six of swords? We got healing the divine masculine, okay? I feel like this is what you're focusing on at this time, focusing on, you know, advancing your business, propelling yourself forward, you know. You've pieced together all of these different parts of yourself with this Osiris energy, and you have risen, and you look beautiful, you look gorgeous, you look amazing, and this person is trying to, like, attach to that, okay? I heard succubus, okay? Somebody's a real succubus when it comes to your divine energy. energy. What's the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles, past life, present power, okay? So this could be somebody who you've known in a past life, you know. I don't think this person really like recognizes you spiritually. I think they just kind of hurt a sucker, okay? They kind of look at you as a sucker, you know, as some sort of lick, okay? Like some sort of energetic lick, okay? Like they could just hit you up for energy whenever they want to. All they have to do is come to you and like tell you a sad story, or tell you, you know, come to you with this sad and depressed energy and act like all I'm trying to do is grow and forgive and move forward, but they're not doing that, okay? That shit is a lie. And also, this could be someone who tries to make it seem like, you know, your spiritual advice or whatever you say is wrong, okay? Because like I said, they're trying to humble you. They might even be coming to you with fake, sad, and depressed energy, okay? They might be coming to you acting like they're so sad, or they need something, or they need a handout, and they don't need shit. They just imbalanced. What's the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Stakes, and the Queen of Scythes? Yeah, we got the Pyramid of Light. Step your vibration deeper into love, you know. Like this person is not operating out of a vibration of love, and you are. You knee deep, okay? You got the water, you got the energy of love, just like up to here, you know. Like you're like it's over your head. All this love that you got going on, like you're deep in that shit. And this is not something that is a secret to the people on the outside of you. They can see that, and they want to find a way to capitalize off of that kind of energy, you know. So I don't want to say to be stingy or to be selfish or to be standoffish with people, but don't give too much, you know. Follow your intuition. Know when to like cut it off, when to stop talking, when to let them figure things out on their own. What's healing the divine masculine past life and present power? Because that's like a really big thing with me in readings, you know. So people ask me, you know, like, what should I do? You know, like, tell me what to do. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do at all. I can say, you know, trust your guidance, trust your intuition. If I were you, you know, I would do this, but I'm never telling you what to do. You gonna make that decision on your own, because it's not my place to make that decision for you, you know? And I think that you might need to like start to give people a little bit more room and let them make their decisions on their own, you know? Like, don't help people underestimate themselves, okay? Because how are they going to grow into their power or into their healing if they don't fall down and bump their ass or bump their head every now and again from a decision that they made? How they going to learn that this isn't the best decision for me if they just letting other people make their decisions for them so they can have somebody to blame when shit goes wrong? Let them make their own choices and do what it is that they need to do for themselves. What's healing the divine masculine and past life present power? We got the Queen of Heaven, okay? It says blessings from the divine empress of the skies, you know. I feel like your help, your advice, your energy, just you being around, it is a real blessing, okay? Like, you know, it really is. It's a blessing. It's really a joy and an honor is what I heard, you know. So it's very important that you are aware of that, and that you don't allow people who wish to leech off of that kind of energy to attach to you, okay? What's past life, present power in the Pyramid of Light? We got the Eye of Horus, okay? It's talking about awakening divine perception, you know? Like, it sounds kind of harsh to like cut certain people off from your spiritual help or whatever, but it's a divine perception, you know? It comes from a place of self-preservation, and also from a place of responsibility with the power that you wield, and allowing people to learn and grow in their own journey the way they need to, you know? You're not a fucking pacifier, is what I heard, okay? You're not here to just you know, soothe someone from when they're crying, you know. Like, you have to allow people to self-soothe sometimes, and to learn, why do I continue to procrastinate? Why am I burnt out? Why am I always staying stuck? Because they're always reaching on the outside of them for answers and for help that's already within them. So sometimes you're going to have to be a little bit tough on people. You know, it says the brother in darkness, you know. It says overcoming negative energy with feminine power. You have to allow people to learn how to do that in their own lives, how to piece themselves back together just like you had to learn. He said, we ain't never had it all, or something like that. My daddy ain't never something. You know. What did this song say? If you knew what he took, all these risks, all these chances. It took something just to change my circumstances. We didn't took it across the planet. I'm guessing that's how God works. No way we could have planned it. No, Mama, look at me now. Your baby boy is more than just a problem child. No, I can't slow down. No, I can't slow. And I just get this energy of like, you've been through all of this. You had to go through all of this, and all of this has been God's plan. He said, the streets helped me raise to go and change my circumstances. Yeah, like I said, we didn't took it across the planet. I'm guessing that's how God works. No way we could have planned it. And it works the same in other people's lives. They have to go through the hard times to do the things that need to be done in order for them to understand how God's plan really worked for them in their life. And you don't have time to slow down and continue to help someone who's not even trying to put in that kind of work. It says, go outside and do shit, okay? It says, it's been proven all over the place that trees and nature and fresh air and all that shit helps fight depression, anxiety, addiction, and pretty much anything else that might ail you. Find some place to put your feet in the grass or the dirt or the water or anywhere that's not concrete. A 5-minute nature break can reduce the amount of shitty thoughts in your brain drastically as fuck. And it's like it gives me an energy of just there being such easy, simple solutions to this leech's problem. But they just can't see it. Like they would probably feel so much better if instead of calling you or asking you what to do, they just went outside and grounded themselves and really thought about what they were going through and thought of a plan to get through that thing. But they don't. They immediately call you and talk to you and whine to you and tell you everything, and then don't even take none of your fucking advice and go to jump to the next person so they can get that same attention and that same handout. And Holly really don't like this shit, okay? Like, I would feel really perturbed about this message, if I'm being quite honest. Like I said, you're the turtle with the rocket on your back, okay? Now is the time for fast movement, okay? Right now, you too busy grabbing life by the balls and making it your bitch. And that person better learn how to do that if they trying to get a rocket on your back like the one you got. A rocket on their back like the one you got. It says sometimes life is just waiting for you to meet it with the same level of energy it's been stomping you with. And when that's the case, sometimes you just need to get all alpha dog on it and be like, listen, bitch, okay? It says, note of caution. Make sure you know what you want life to do when you get its attention. Keep hold of life's balls and point them to where you want it to go. Otherwise, that mixed metaphor is totally going to pull on the leash and poop on your lawn, okay? And I feel like this is what you've done. You've grabbed life by the balls. You made it your bitch. You pointing them balls to wherever it is that you want to go. And this person is just sitting there, holding the leash and watching the turtle poop in the lawn over and over again. You know what I mean? Rather than making actual progress forward. What is this? It says prayer is dope as fuck, okay? Tell their ass to pray about it. And keep it pushing. You are not like some sort of, you might be some sort of like self-help person or some sort of guru or whatever, but at the end of the day, it is your own prayers that reach the divine the best. It's not enough praying or meditating or, rituals or candles you can light for a bitch that's really gonna help her go somewhere. She gotta do that shit herself. It says, seriously, spend a little time asking the universe for what you want. Even if you're speaking into the void, at the very least, you'll hear your own wish list and get a better idea of what you really do want. You might even figure out what the first baby step is to getting it. At the very best, there's a strong-ass genie in the sky who will magically grant you all your wishes, And this could even be the energy of someone who, really doesn't even understand their connection to God, They're not even even grateful of the things that they do have, you know. This could be somebody with a whole lot of shit, but they're like choosing to be sad and depressed, choosing to be pessimistic, even though God has provided way more to them than they have to you. And they want to lean on you and pull on your energy in order to make themselves feel better. And it's just, I told you, Kali don't like this shit. It says you can't save your face and your ass at the same time, okay? So that person needs to stop trying to save face by going on the outside of them and start saving their ass by going straight to God. Oh, man. My nose. It's just so sensitive for me wiping it over and over again. Jeez. What's the final thought on this? Dominance. So, okay, this person is trying to establish some sort of dominance over you, okay? Yeah, routinely. There's some shit they do all the time. What's the final thought, though? We got preparation, okay? So right now, you only got time to be preparing for the things that are coming to you in the future, you know? Mostly, that should be your main focus, you know? I heard like booking over and over again. I'm telling you, this is the energy of like somebody constantly getting readings from you, constantly getting advice from you, constantly pulling and pulling and pulling from you, but never really doing anything with that energy that they're pulling from you. They don't even use it to better themselves or anything. It's just like a temporary meal, you know? Which, because I said the succubus, which makes me think about that succubus show with the lead character Bo, right? And Bo, she couldn't kiss regular humans or have sex with a regular human because she would kill them. She would drain them of all their energy, you know. So her mate had to be someone who was like high power, you know. It had to be like a wolf or another person in the Fae world, you know. I feel like regular people can't even handle this person's like leechy type of energy. Like this person could not have very many people around because they literally like suck the shit out of folks. Ugh. I mean, they don't literally suck the shit out of folks. But they literally suck the energy out of people. Like they drain them dry. And you are looking very abundant to this person, you know? And it says protection right here on the next page, but you're being highly protected. I mean, it's not like I want you to worry about it, you know, but Kali's just saying like the best way to protect yourself is to pull back a little bit, you know, like don't be the crutch, okay? It says here in the Seattle area, we have lots of ferries and these smart birds have mastered the ferry schedule, okay? The crows know when the boat will return and on which side of the road the car will disembark. While the ferry is crossing the sound, the birds harvest the clams from the nearby beach. They bring the clams over to the ferry landing and strategically place the clams just right so that when the cars leave the boat, they run over the shells, breaking them apart and leaving fresh clam meat for the picking. Preparation speaks to getting ready for something you know is on the horizon and planning for it accordingly. It's about getting all your ducks in a row, or in this case, clams, so that you achieve the most beneficial outcome, you know. It didn't say it's about getting other people's ducks or other people's clams in a row for the best beneficial outcome. It said it's about getting all your ducks and your clams in a row for the most beneficial outcome first, okay? And then you can reach out and you can help these other people. But not if these people can't even go to the divine and get their own help. They don't deserve it because they're not even willing to reach out for it or do the inner work that they need to get it, you know? So with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.